Out of the 90 positions, how
Yes.
many are filled right now?
One.
So 89 vacant
89
positions.
were funded in the budget last year, and so we defunded 89 of those positions. So there's one other one that a person is actually in the position, and then the other ones, we just defunded them, took them out of the budget. So it's a dollar savings in the budget of 90 positions either funded last year and will no longer be funded this year. The last thing you always want to do is to go to people. That's what I've always said. That's just not that's counterproductive for people's lives. And certainly, that's the last thing we would do is go to people.
Valley View employees been notified? Yeah.
Not yet. I have spoken to the president of the union. We've spoken twice. I will be getting a letter to them immediately, and I will be going there at some point to talk to them. We're just not sure how quickly, but we're going to do it as quickly as we can.
Okay. What options does the legislature have? You said it's their decision whether to, they control real estate.
Yeah.
So, but defunding it is your prerogative.
Yes.
And so what options does that
Okay.
give the legislature?
Listen, I think there's two options. I think you could certainly defund it, which I did in July. Certainly not my number one choice by any means. As you know, as long as 2003-04, I asked the legislature then to really do a total review, really look at the future of Valley View as a service and as to our residents that we perform as a county, but should it be performed by someone else that's in the business each and every day, either a non-for-profit or a profit agency, one or the other, that do that each and every day, provide excellent care for their residents that they have in their facilities. Things have changed from the mid-'60s greatly when it comes to providing the service of long-term care, acute care to residents. That changed dramatically in the '60s. At that point in time, a lot of the individual homes, private, non-profit, could either reject, not even take you, reject you. That doesn't happen any longer. They're under the same guidelines that we as governments are under. So if you qualify, you're going in to one of those facilities as well. They also are under the same scrutiny and review each year by the state and federal governments. They must meet the same standards that we meet as a nursing home provider. So that's changed dramatically, but they now must meet that, they being either a profit or not-for-profit system that runs a great, many nursing homes, more than public. In the state of New York, as of today, there's 35 public nursing homes left. At one point in time, there was close to 60 or 62 statewide. Those other counties have either sold them, closed them, those things, they've already done those things. There are 7 counties, I believe, including Orange County, that the Orange County legislature and the legislative bodies of those other counties, or if they're a board of supervisors, they really act as the executive side of the House and the legislative side of the House, have went out and asked a study of their facilities. And I believe there's 7 in the state as we speak today. I believe that Mr. Levy, Suffolk County Executive, very shortly, I've been on the phone with him a lot, will be doing something very similar to what I just did today here in Orange County. So the way I looked at it was a defunding as of July 1 because of the magnitude of the expense and only escalating dramatically going forward. Or asking the legislature, we have a study, let's read it, review it quickly, and ultimately go out, and I believe they should look for a buyer of the nursing home. Therefore, the service would not go away. Therefore, it would retain a lot of the jobs that are presently there, which I knew years ago would happen. That's very important to me. The jobs and the service provided by a different entity, either a private or a non-for-profit agency. The other important part here, we have 1,400 seniors that reside in Orange County that use nursing home care. 300 are in Valley View. The other 1,100 are in either a private or not-for-profit nursing home today as we speak. So we know that our residents are being cared for in those settings, being cared for very well, and within a 50-mile radius of their home, which is a federal standard that they must meet. So it's happening now. It has happened for decades in this county, not all of a sudden, that 3/4 of the residents that need that nursing home care is being provided by either a profit or non-for-profit nursing home within 50-mile radius of their home, and the other 300 are in our own facility, which is a public facility.
How much will the county save in that second half of the year?
I have that written down, Hank. It's probably about, about 8 million, 9 million.
8 million is what it's gonna cost us, and it could've cost us
Right,
19 million.
19, so about 11 million savings. And also what happens, Hank, that if going forward, you stop that, going forward, the expense goes away. There are certain expenses that will stay. We have employees that have been there a long time that are in a pension system. That all stays. So you'll have that cost. But that's built into the overall budget, which we do every year. So we know that stays, and that's okay. And we're going to provide that for the workers that have worked here for so long, and even the most recent ones. So that would stay, and we know that. So
The underlying issue, though, seems to be the unfunded mandates, especially 2% tax cap now.
yeah, and
Without
I
these
didn't even bring that
mandates,
up
and
today,
that's-
but obviously, if you know the budget, look at the budget, our increase will be 1.75%. So we are 0.25 under what the state would allow us to go to. I did not want to go to 2%. We were able to keep it under 2% because I think we must do that as a government. Also understand, in the last 3 to 4 years, I've reduced the tax levy already without the federal or state government telling me to do that. Now they're trying to tell me 2%. I didn't need you to tell me 3 or 4 years. All of a sudden, I need you to tell me? No, I don't need your insight on that. We know we're supposed to reduce taxes if we can, reduce the size of government if we can, and I think this county has done that commendably